we have a huge clash in the Premier League. Maybe the biggest clash at the Emirates Stadium since its inception. Joining me to discuss this fixture is the one and only Ade Oladipo. Ade has hit 40,000 subscribers. We got there. Thank you so much. Make sure that you click subscribe because the next landmark is pivotal, Ad. 50k is the dream, right?
50k.
That's the dream.
The way that I'm upset that YouTube don't have a 50k plaque.
40 would be nice.
We wanted 10. 10 would have been good. I've had it up already.
No, I know what you mean. I do know what you mean.
Says the man that's got 250,000.
There's no plaque now, though. There's I've got there's no plaque to come. Although the club could get a plaque fairly soon.
100%. You've done so well with that, by the way.
Thank you.
The setup of that looks amazing,
mate. The boys have been fantastic. I'm honoured to be a part of it, but we have to focus on this fixture. I said in the intro there, the biggest fixture that the Emirates Stadium has ever seen.
Yeah.
And I think that's true Premier League wise. Maybe you could make a case. Do you remember when they played Manchester United in the Champions League semi-final? That was probably bigger.
Yep.
But in terms of the Premier League, in terms of the domestic football that Arsenal play year in, year out, there has never been a bigger clash at that stadium.
No,
there hasn't.
I mean, obviously, you get the North London derby ones, which more just for pride more than anything. Might be a top 4 race maybe, but nothing to the point where you feel like the season could be won or lost on a game.
Do you think this is it? Like, will the winner of this fixture win the league? I think they will. I really do.
Possibly.
Not that day.
Possibly.
But the significance of that fixture. Like, if Manchester City win it...
Oh, they won the league.
It's very... But
I think we feel that Arsenal have to win. I still think there's a feeling that Man City maybe don't have to win.
Because they've got the home fixture still to come.
Because they've got the home fixture still to come. But if Man City go to the Emirates and bust them up, then you kind of feel, okay, that's it.
Do you know the other thing with it as well? Do you know the other reason why it'd be so symbolic if they were to do it?
Why?
Because if they win, they're top of the league.
About who?
Well, actually, whoever wins it is top of the league. So Arsenal would either preserve their place at top of the league, but Manchester City haven't been top of the league for ages.
Yeah, for Man City to go through a period of, let's not forget, a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about, I think Arsenal maybe being 11 or 12 points if they won a certain game. You know the way it works. So for Man City to go there and win and be top of the league when 2 weeks ago, they could have been clear
11
Arsenal.
Points.
Yeah, that's damaging. Psychologically, that is damaging.
Do you know, I don't want to use the word... I don't want to use... When I say this word, it has like really negative connotations. You know, the word I'm talking about here is crisis. But I think, look, sometimes the word is applicable to different people in different situations. So obviously Arsenal are in a far better position than Chelsea. But if Chelsea lose, it's not a crisis because our season's effectively over in the Premier League. Yeah. Whereas if Arsenal lose, again, having dropped points recently already, lost to Everton, dropped points to Newcastle, dropped points to Brentford... For what they're trying to do, for what they're trying to achieve, it would be crisis-like because it would effectively move the dial on who's going to win the league.
Yeah, no, dude, you're right. It's a crisis. If Arsenal get beat by Man City at home, it's a crisis, and it isn't just a case of, calm down, everyone. We're still in the title race. It's a case of, well, you look at the recent run of games. You lost in the FA Cup to Man City. You got beat by Everton. You didn't pick up all points against Brentford. Because of VAR possibly, and now you've lost to Man City. That's a crisis for where Arsenal want to be. Arsenal fans finally, it's taken a while, finally have started saying we're going to win the league. If they don't beat Man City, they're going to obviously go back on those words, aren't they? They're going to go back on those words. We've made them finally say it. All the Arsenal fans we know finally said, you know what, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
And now, if you lose to Man City, I think that could be that.
Well, if they lose to Man City, what they have to do is then win the reverse fixture.
Yeah.
Which becomes... You don't want to be going to the Etihad having to win. Like, if you go there having to win, you probably get beat. Whereas if you go there and the draw is yours, or you can even afford to lose, you're almost more likely to win.
What Arsenal have to do, and I think to win this, because Man City is starting to go into gear again. I think we're starting to see it, right? Even potential without Haaland, we'll talk about him because he looks like he might not be there. But what Arsenal have to do is almost what they did for the first run of 20 games in the league. They have to all reverse that. I don't think they can. Like, all of a sudden, where I thought they're going to go to Anfield and win, I don't think they'll go to Anfield and win anymore. I don't think they'll go to Liverpool and beat Liverpool at Anfield. Whereas a few weeks ago, you think they're going to go to Anfield and win?
Yes.
No, come on, dude.
You can't do this.
Liverpool have lost once. No, but Liverpool have lost once at Anfield. Lost once at Anfield this season, and that was...
Yeah, but they haven't played Arsenal yet.
I agree, but they played Man City there and won.
Yes. That was an anomaly, though, wasn't it?
Maybe so, but I think Liverpool rise to the team at Anfield. Maybe.
Right, maybe. Okay.
So I don't. All of a sudden, I think fixtures look a bit tougher now for Arsenal. Where a couple of weeks ago, I thought, they'll go there and win. They'll go there and win. Oh, yeah, not a problem. Now, not so sure. Not so sure. I don't know. I don't know why I'm thinking this.
I think that Arsenal are still going to win the league, and I think that Arsenal will win the league because they're not going to lose to Man City. I'm not. Listen to the words there, though.
Go on.
I didn't say they beat them. I just said I don't think they lose to them, and I think that's enough, really, from an Arsenal perspective.
So you don't think Man City can go on those runs again? Are we sort of discounting that Man City can go on a 10-game? You don't think it can happen anymore?
Not like that.
You think Arsenal can?
What I think Arsenal were capable of doing this season is
Man
matching Man City. Because I don't think you're going to need the 96, 97, 100 points. I don't think it's going to be...
Do you know what I think might be a blessing in disguise for Man City? Haaland's injury.
Yeah.
I know that sounds stupid, but I would... I don't know. If I'm Gabriel or if I'm Saliba, do I want to play against Haaland? I'll have that battle. Gabriel's as big, Saliba's as fast. We'll have that battle. Or do I want to play against Foden and Bernardo just all over?
Alvarez.
Yeah, or Alvarez. I think I'd rather have the Haaland battle if I'm them. Don't get me wrong. Look, he's got 26 or whatever goals.
But it isn't good news for Man City if only you want Guardiola to have the option.
Okay.
You want it like even say Guardiola were to say, do you know what? I'm going to start Alvarez this game. At least it's his choice, whereas he's been forced into this.
Yeah.
So
I'm not even thinking Alvarez. Honestly, I'm thinking
Alvarez as a press.
I'm thinking
good,
Foden false 9, like they did a couple of seasons ago. So I'm thinking Grealish, Foden, Mahrez. I don't know. It's just too interchangeable.
Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
There is that. I mean, look,
go back to what got you the trophies. Go back to the midfield of De Bruyne, Gundogan, Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
Go back to what got you all your success.
With Rodri doing his thing.
And
then get Diaz in there again.
100%.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen though.
No.
Because he's
Alvarez, it will be Alvarez.
He's playing again, Guardiola. It's interesting as well. Guardiola, Arteta. You know, both the Barcelona link between the two. Like Arteta was coming through about a decade after Guardiola, through the youth setup there. They're good friends. The master versus the apprentice here, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And most times the master still does have a bit left. This isn't a master that's, the same age as Alex Ferguson or Wenger. This is a master that's still got a lot of bite left. I think we've seen it with all that Man City have gone through in the last couple of days. He's still got that bite and that will to win. And it was interesting watching Arsenal drop points against Brentford. Go on, City, all the pressure on you. Villa are coming to the Etihad. What can you do? Smacked them. Smacked them. Even when Haaland went off, not a problem. Look what we bring on the bench.
Also, they did it in such a way that was such a strong statement. The game was over after about half hour.
Yeah,
it was over.
Done.
It was over.
Yeah, done.
So they, if anybody was watching that from an Arsenal perspective, going, you never know. Unai Emery's a good man.
That's what we were doing.
Yeah, we were doing
that. Yeah. We're looking at that lineup and we thought, you know what? Okay, Villa have got a bit of pace here, a bit of guile in certain players. Coutinho came on and looked a bit special. Had one, I think the Edison tipped nearly off the bar, but City just put the foot down. They put the foot down, and there's that experience of this is why I find it quite interesting that you think Arsenal are going to win. There's no experience. I know Jesus and Zinchenko, and I get that, but the amount of experience, and you can't buy that.
No.
That's why your Chelsea side was so good. That's why Man United was so good. That's why City have been so good. You can't buy the experience of winning.
You can't buy the experience, but a victory for Arsenal is due. The last 10 fixtures, City haven't lost. The last 10, and do you know what the score is on aggregate in the last 10 fixtures between the two?
Go on.
It's bad, really bad.
Go on, I love a stat like this.
26 to Man City, 3 to Arsenal. The aggregate score in the last 10 fixtures, 26-3. Which makes me think a victory for Arsenal is due.
It's massive. It is due. It is due. But sometimes you have a hoodoo. Man City have got a hoodoo going to Tottenham.
2015.
Man City can't go to Tottenham and win.
Yeah,
there's certain hoodoos you've got.
I wasn't even married.
It's crazy, isn't it?
2015.
It's a long
The
time.
last time Arsenal beat Man City was 2015.
You know what Arteta doesn't trust in as well, and we've seen it because he seems to start the same 11 every single game. Sometimes the Tomiyasu will come in. If Jesus is fit, then it could be him or Nketiah. But you look at the starting lineup, and this all Arsenal fans. Honestly, go and look at your lineups for the last 20 games.
14 changes all season.
Doesn't make them.
14 changes.
Doesn't make them.
They've used 14 players.
So he doesn't trust Emil Smith-Rowe. He might do a switch. The one switch that he might do is Trossard for Martinelli. That's it, because Trossard obviously scored the other day. But apart from that, he sticks to the same 11. And I don't want to give them the excuse that they're looking a bit leggy.
Is that not good, though? You can't only phrase this as negative. Like, this is also a positive. Like Leicester won the league because they had a very settled team. Like being settled is good. Also, Manchester City. So while Arsenal have made 14 changes, Man City 49. Wow. 49. Like look at the personnel that they have. That can't be right, can it? 49.
That's crazy, isn't it? It can't be. Can it be? If it is, that's one of the most wildest stats I've ever heard. But then you might be talking about all competitions. So they might have done something in the League Cup, the FA Cup. Remember, obviously Champions League. They might have done a lot, but that would surprise me.
It's 49.
Is that what you're saying? Yeah, you've got your laptop in front of you.
I'm looking it up. It's 49.
Yeah.
In comparison, City have made 49 changes in that time, in the same time as Guardiola. As Guardiola has tweaked his team in an attempt to find a formula that allows them to close in on the leaders.
Yeah. So
that's unbelievable. 49.
And I
don't know if I could name 49 players for Man City.
No, I can't name 49.
49.
I support Liverpool and I can't name you 29. Yeah, I can't name you half that. So no chance.
49 changes, isn't it?
It's 49 changes as opposed to 49
yeah,
players.
Yeah.
Yeah, we worked it out finally.
Yeah.
I just feel like if you're an Arsenal player that's been out the cold, again, because he hasn't made that many changes and you're coming in right now when the race is hot and you're expected to deliver straight away, I think that's a problem.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it's a massive, massive problem.
But do you think that the players that he has got to come in are good enough?
No.
So Trossard.
Good, yeah, decent.
Smith Rowe.
By the way, these
Jorginho. They're not bad players.
No, but these decent players. I think, you know what it is about... I like Trossard, and obviously, look, 7 goals for Brighton. I think now, obviously, 1 for Arsenal. He's a good player. Let's not get overexcited. He's not... What are we talking here? I mean, Jorginho, you just said good player. You wanted him out of Chelsea. Not good enough. You said that, right?
No. But me not liking him. I don't like him. I don't rate him. I don't think.
Do you think he's good enough?
I don't.
Yeah.
But how many managers did? Like I don't. My opinion is I don't want Jorginho anywhere near a midfield with Chelsea. But it would be slightly churlish of me to say that Mikel Arteta is wrong to sign him. Do you know? Like I don't think he can contribute. That's my opinion.
I understand this with. I rate Arsenal's January transfer window, right? I mean, Jorginho coming in is good. Trossard's coming in is good. Mate, they wanted João Felix and Mudryk.
That is what
they wanted. João Felix, Mudryk, and they were looking at Gakpo. The drop off from what they've wanted to what they've got. So what they wanted, I remember me and you did a video for 888 and I was saying that they need to go for it. They need to go big. And they were going to try and go big with Mudryk and João Felix. They've not got what they wanted. These Trossard could be great players. But it's not João.
No, it's not the first choice.
What did you describe João Felix to me how you did the other day? What did you say?
Silk.
There you go. Imagine that coming off the bench or starting. So you're going for a title race now and it's João Felix instead of Trossard coming up. Like you talk, it's different.
Very different. It's different. It's different for Guardiola as well. Guardiola's looking at the lineup, just feeling far more intimidated. Looking at João Felix.
João Felix. Or he's coming off the bench. João Felix is coming off the bench.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Not Emil Smith Rowe. And this is no disrespect to those players, but you're talking João Felix coming off the bench.
So what do you think then? Who's going to win the game?
Man City doing
at the Emirates.
I think Man City just... Mate, again...
They've only lost twice at the Emirates all season.
Yeah, they'll lose a third time.
Do you really think?
Yeah, or at best a point. Mate, this team... I've had nightmares about this team for 5 years. I've had nightmares. And they're just... I was watching De Bruyne come off, play against Villa. Obviously, he started on the bench the game before. It's just so incredible. I mean, we get excited and... I've done it. Odegaard. Oh my God, Odegaard's incredible.
Yeah.
I watched De Bruyne come off the bench of it. I mean, start there. And I was like, just levels to this game. Yeah. Honestly, once he starts going... See,
I just think... Look, if you are right... If you are right and Man City win, I think that changes the dial on who wins the league. But I don't think they will.
What about a draw?
Yeah, I think
what does a draw do?
I think a draw's fine for Arsenal.
Okay.
Because they've got the Man City fixture out of the way.
Would Man City be happy with a point?
No.
No,
I don't think Man City can be happy with the point. Man City need the points more than Arsenal.
Yeah.
All Arsenal need to do is maintain, preserve what we have already built. The reason that we have done so well to get into this privileged situation is the cushion that we have established. Keep the cushion, we win the league.
I will say this though, as confident as you are,
Arsenal champions tick the games
champions off. Don't go to Goodison Park and not win. Champions don't have Brentford at home and not get all 3 points.
They should beat Brentford.
That's just 6 points right there. You can't be champions and get 1 from 6 from that lot.
They should have been
Everton away, Brentford at home.
I think I'm less scathing about the Everton result just because it was Everton and
you find something. You find a point. You find something. You leave there getting something.
I think the Goodison one can be explained. The problem is they can all be explained. So you go Newcastle, when they drop points at home to Newcastle, you go, well, Newcastle, they don't concede goals, very difficult. And then you go Everton, you go Sean Dyche.
And to be fair, Brentford on a run of 10.
Brentford hasn't lost since 1998.
Since the inception of the league, yeah.
So yeah, they can all be explained, but there's too many times that can happen. But I wouldn't judge Arsenal or Arteta too harshly for what happened at Goodison. Brentford, I agree. But then...
VAR.
I mean, that Norgard was ridiculous.
Mate, it's embarrassing.
It was two. He was offside twice.
It's so bad.
He's offside twice.
And then the PGML saying, we're sorry.
The problem is as well, whoever wins the league, I think they'll win it by 1 or 2 points.
Oh, then there's a big problem.
Because that's the 2 points.
Yeah.
Effectively, that could be the gap as to why they win the league.
Yeah. And
so you're saying Man City win?
I'm saying Man City win, and I think Man City, not run riot, but I think Man City show levels.
Score?
3-1.
3-1.
Yeah, 3-1 City.
I'm going for a 1-1 victory to Arsenal. It will be, won't it? It'll feel like that.
Mate, they'll take that tomorrow. Snap your hand off for that.
There we have it, Adiola Depot. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. I'm really looking forward to this fixture. That's what I'm saying. Biggest game at this stadium.
Biggest game this season.
Yeah.
Biggest game this season.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Cannot wait.
Arsenal are in the biggest game of this. What is going on in the Premier League?
It's massive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. Please do us a favour. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know your score predictions in the comments below. And we will see you all on the next video in a bit.